thank you first of all for clicking on this video, and welcome to this debut channel on YouTube. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Latif, and I am a retired engineer. I retired about 3 years ago from being a construction engineer in the institutional and commercial construction business. Very little residential, but residential but ever since I retired, I wanted to create a YouTube channel, as I have learned so much from watching YouTube myself. Ever since, whether almost from creation of YouTube back in the mid 2000s. I think YouTube was started back in 2005 or 2006. I know I've used it since 2008, 2009. So it's crazy. There's so much stuff out there on YouTube, and I hope some of these videos we're going to be creating on this channel will help somebody somewhere, sometimes in the future. And this debut video is I'd like to introduce this channel, and just to give you an idea of what's coming up in the next, at least next year or so, because I've got so much in the last 3 years. I have compiled so many videos that I've done that I was so don't have the experience in doing videos basically, and it's taken me this long to get started. And I don't have a good equipment. I'm using an old Samsung phone to do these videos, and hopefully we'll buy some later on, some good equipment if this channel pans out to be interesting and get some good followers. First of all, let's go over a list of upcoming videos that we're going to be doing on this channel. And the first one is a vegetable garden. From small garden to large garden, and also I've learned quite a bit on how to grow okra, and even for production, if you like. So I've got a video that we can go over, if you want to do a large okra field. Another video I'd like to present is we've done a metal building here on the farm, and it's a 30 by 60 building. It's mostly to house my equipment and so forth, and also to be as a work area, to maintain the equipment and so forth. I just want to get out of the garage area. The garage is where we park cars, and I've got videos from grading to doing from the people that came and erect the building. And also done some lighting and also workbenches. So we'll go over there in the future. Another video is for this building. I've done a totally off-grid solar system. And the way I done the solar system, I was trying to do it as cheap as you can, so nobody could, not everybody, but a lot of people could afford it. Right now, if you follow a solar system completely from stores, from some people, it's still way out of control from most people. So I've done a 3600 watt, 3.6 kilowatt off-grid system for less than $1,000. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a long presentation. It's probably 2 or 3 episodes we're going, because we end up building the solar shed, or the solar mining system, solar panels, and that's got by itself, it saves a lot of money. Some other projects would be to create or to do equipment reviews. Once I retired, I had purchased a utility tractor. It's a TYM 474, and I would like to do reviews on that. Especially, I'm going to do a thorough review on that tractor. And also, I have a track loader, a Cat 939C that I purchased for the farm, and we're going to do a review on that, and we're going to put it to good use. And one of some of the uses, and we're going to be doing special videos for that, is doing a trail opening with that track loader. And also, main reason we purchased this equipment is to keep the tree line in the farm from invading our land where you cultivate. Because if you don't in this area in North Carolina, if you don't keep the trees in check, they will take over the field. So we have to keep pushing that tree line back to keep the acreage that is supposed to be cultivated. Another interesting project that we're going to be showing is I've done a French drain using that TYM tractor. I did a French drain around the house to divert rainwater, and as you can see, and it's around the house. We live in an area where it's very flat, and we've had issues with our basement, or not basement, the crawl space. So also the house we live in, it's an old house. It's built back in the 60s, but we remodeled some of it, and the existing septic tank or septic system is start to get a bit on some age, and I consulted with some septic people, and they say the best thing to do is a new system. So what I ended up doing, we had an existing septic tank and field next door to us. We used to be a mobile home located on our door, and it's a much recent septic system. So I installed a residential sewer lift station to pump the waste to that septic tank, and it's going to act as an overflow. So the existing system still works, but whenever it gets overwhelmed, especially when there's a lot of rain, it'll overflow to the other one. So that way we'll prolong our septic system without going through some expensive replacement, and because they just when you replace a new septic system, you have a new tank and new field and all that, and right now the cost is for us as a retired person is just prohibitive. We have to live within our means, and since we have that septic field next door, it came in pretty handy. And sometimes also I have a large fire pit that I would like to rebuild it, and I think that would be an interesting project. I'm trying to make it a lot nicer. I use this fire pit to burn branches that fall off trees and so forth, and also my kids, they bring their friends, and they will sometimes they have some parties. And last but not least, while I was used to be in the construction industry, when I was working, I've done some presentation at a construction conference that called Inspection Discoveries, and we're going to show some interesting finds that we found in this construction, especially in the institutional side. Nothing about residential. We didn't do no inspection in residential. So, but it's very interesting. Some of them good, some of them bad, and some of them are just pure ugly. So we're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly on some mostly pictures. So stay tuned. And again, thank you for clicking on this video. Hopefully, we'll see you again, and probably in the next video probably will be the vegetable garden that I started a couple of weeks ago this year. So it's 2025, and I've got a small garden this year compared to previous years. Last year, for example, I've done 3 acre or so plus garden, and that's it took just about every minute of my time. And plus you can't take a vacation when you have a large garden, and I was growing okra, so and okra you can't take a day off. You have to pick it every day. If you don't, it will get too big on you. If you don't pick it for a couple of days, the okra will cease to produce because it thinks that it's getting too old and it needs to go into seed mode. So okra, it's, again, I think I'm going to do a show on okra because it's a specialty plant just like tobacco. And I'm talking about tobacco, yeah. And the field the farm that I have, I don't farm the land, most of it. I usually rent it to this big time farmer that is around here. He rents a lot of land around this area. And this year he's doing tobacco, and I'm hoping to do an ongoing updates on whenever they come to do work on the field on the tobacco itself. It's very interesting. I've never worked on tobacco. A lot of people said they worked. A lot of people say it's the hardest work in their life. But I just wanted to share some of that work and what they do and how they do it. Very interesting. Okay, thank you again, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.